said earlier there's some things Pap need to handle.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's the elephant in the room. I don't have to say it.
Oh,
yeah, it's the elephant in the room. Like,
Yeah.
but that takes time, and like I said, that's not my place to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll get handled. I just know that from my perspective, I'm with him every day, and when I'm not with him, we're on the phone every day, and we're talking, and we're FaceTiming, and you know, we love each other. So that's just kind of what it is.
So the all is already given, is what she's saying.
All right, everyone, let's sit down and really talk about this situation. Because what's happening here is not small. This deal that was signed is serious. And from what people are saying online, it could change this woman's life in ways she did not expect. There is a strong chance she may never actually see the full $8 million she keeps talking about. And that alone is something we need to look at closely. What makes this even more messy is that the person she is having problems with right now, Remy, might still be making money from her behind the scenes. That part alone has people shaking their heads. It feels like a tangled web, and the deeper you go, the more confusing it becomes. So let's slow down and break this down step by step, because when I first heard about this deal, I was just as confused as everyone else. People started explaining how it works, and once I understood it better, I realized why so many folks are calling it a bad move. First of all, welcome to my channel. If you enjoy this kind of breakdown and conversation, please take a second to like, share, and subscribe. And to my day ones, twos, threes, and fours, thank you so much for sticking with me. I really appreciate all of you. Now, just to be clear, this video is for entertainment and learning purposes. Some things are alleged, some are public talk, and some are opinion. Let's keep that in mind as we move forward. Now let's get into this because this whole situation is a hot mess. From what people are saying, she signed something that looks a lot like a 360 deal. For those who don't know what that means, a deal like that usually gives the company or manager a cut of almost everything you do. Not just your music or fights, but your brand, appearances, and sometimes even your business deals. The word on the street is that this $8 million agreement is not just about one thing. She has to complete 4 big fight events and also create 1 full music album. Only after she finishes all of that is she supposed to receive the full amount. That already sounds like a lot of work tied to one promise of money. What makes it more complicated is that they did not hand her the entire $8 million up front. Instead, they gave her a portion. Some people say it was around $3 million. The rest is supposed to come later, after she completes everything in the contract. Now here's where it starts to feel risky. The company involved is connected to Papoose. He has a record label called Win Records, and it is also tied into sports management. That means she is connected to both sides, the music side and the sports side. So instead of just one contract, she may have signed multiple agreements without even realizing how deep it goes. Another thing people are talking about is insurance. When someone signs a deal this big, the company often takes out an insurance policy on them. That means if something happens and the person cannot finish what they promised, the company could still get paid. So think about that for a second. If she cannot complete the 4 fights or the album, they may still collect money. Meanwhile, she could be left with nothing but the part she already spent. That part has a lot of people worried for her. Some folks are even comparing this to situations where celebrities lost control of their own lives and money. They are saying that if someone is listed as your manager, they can sometimes have a lot of power. They can speak on your behalf, make decisions, and even step in if they claim something is wrong with you. Whether that is true or not, the fact that people are even thinking this way shows how uncomfortable this deal looks from the outside. Now let's talk about how all of this even started. Before any of this happened, she reached out to both Remy and Papoose. She admired Remy's style and asked for advice on how to dress and carry herself. Then she started talking to Papoose more personally. People say she was feeling him and things got friendly fast. That's where some viewers think everything changed. One comment that really stood out said something like, "Once she went into his messages, the game was on." That person believed this whole situation was planned. They think Remy and Papoose worked together to get close to her, not just emotionally but financially too. Now, I'm not saying that is true, but it is what people are saying online, and it's part of why this story keeps growing. Think about this for a moment. Not long ago, Remy and Papoose were dealing with money problems. There were rumors about bills, taxes, and even trouble with their home. Fast forward, and now Remy has her own network. She's doing reality shows, sports content, and building a whole brand. At the same time, Papoose has launched a record label and started working in sports management. And right in the middle of all of that, here comes this woman with an $8 million deal tied to both of their worlds. That alone makes people raise their eyebrows. Some are saying she is the reason both of them were able to level up so quickly. They believe her deal helped fund their businesses. Again, that's talk from the internet, but it shows how people are connecting the dots. Now let's look at the money side more closely. If the total deal is $8 million, and Papoose gets a manager's cut, which people say is around 20%, that means he takes his share right off the top. 20% of $8 million is about $1.6 million. So right away, her $8 million turns into about $6.4 million. Then, if she already received $3 million upfront, that means she still has about $3.4 million left to earn. And she only gets that if everything goes perfectly. That includes selling tickets, filling seats, moving merchandise, and finishing all her fights and her album. And here's another thing people forget. Promotion is often not free. Training is not free. Travel is not free. Marketing is not free. A lot of those costs can come out of her own pocket. So even if she earns the rest of that money, a big part of it could go right back into expenses. That's why some people are saying she might never actually hold the full amount in her hands. Another part that makes this even more uncomfortable is the personal relationship. It's one thing to have a manager. It's another thing when that manager is also someone you had a personal connection with. People believe that she trusted him because she thought he cared about her. That trust might have made her sign things without fully understanding them. Now imagine being in her position. You find out later that the person you trusted has a hand in almost everything you do. Even if you want to move on and hire someone else, you still have to pay the original manager because of the contract. So no matter what, money keeps flowing in his direction. That's why some people say she is stuck for now. The only way out is to finish the deal, complete the fights, make the album, collect whatever money is left, then walk away. But even that is easier said than done. Let's talk about her reaction. When she got that first million or $3 million, people noticed the look on her face. Some say she looked happy but also confused. Like she felt something was off but couldn't explain it. That's a scary place to be. The more time goes by, the more she might start to understand what she signed. If she talks to a lawyer and they explain everything, it could hit her all at once. That kind of realization can be overwhelming. And when emotions pile up, people don't always make the best choices. Another thing that keeps coming up is the timing of certain videos and posts. There was an old video that suddenly surfaced while Papoose was visiting Remy in New York. People found that strange. They asked, "Who released this now? Why now?" The page that posted it had Remy's name on it. If someone made a fake page using your name, most people would speak up and say, "That's not me." But Remy didn't say anything, which made people even more suspicious. Some believe that video came from Remy's personal archive. They think it was released on purpose to send a message and make things uncomfortable for the other woman. Again, that's what people are saying. But the timing alone keeps the conversation going. Let's also talk about her public behavior. There are clips where she asks Papoose for affection, like a kiss, and he ignores her. You can see the awkward moment on her face. She tries to laugh it off, but it's clear she feels embarrassed. Those small moments add up. If she's already stressed about the deal and her money, and then she feels rejected personally, that's a lot for one person to handle. Some people worry that all of this pressure could push her to a breaking point. Now let's talk about her future. Her next fight is supposed to happen on February 22nd. Some say ticket sales are slow. Others believe the seats will fill because the last event did well. They even brought up the performer Boozy, who is expected to appear. Some people don't like him because of his past, but many admit he knows how to energize a crowd. All of this matters because ticket sales and merchandise directly affect how much money she makes. If the event does well, she moves closer to getting the rest of her deal. If it fails, she could fall even further behind. Then there's the album. People are asking, is she really going to make a record that fans want to hear? If the album doesn't sell or get attention, that's another part of the deal that could fall apart. And remember, the manager still gets paid either way. This is why so many people are saying she should have had a strong lawyer by her side from the very beginning. Maybe she did. Maybe they thought it was a good move at the time. But looking back, it feels like she rushed into something huge. Some even say she is the golden child in this situation. the person everyone else is building their success around. Think about it. Remy has her network. Papoose has his label and sports management. Both businesses grow, and she is right in the middle of both. So the big question becomes, how much of her success is really hers? People are also talking about how much money Papoose might have already made from her. If his cut is truly $1.6 million, that's a huge amount. And that's just from this one deal. That's why some say her $8 million dream was never really $8 million to begin with. Now I want to say this clearly. I'm not here to attack her. I don't want to see her crash out or ruin her career. She's young. Young people make mistakes. They trust the wrong people. They move fast. It happens. The hope is that she learns from this and becomes stronger. Maybe she finishes the deal, walks away, and builds her own team. Maybe she uses this experience as a lesson instead of a loss. At the end of the day, this story feels like a warning. It shows how important it is to read every line, understand every word, and never mix business with emotions. Because once those two things get tangled, it can be very hard to separate them. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think this deal was fair? Do you believe she will ever see the full amount? Do you think she can still work with Papoose professionally after everything that's happened? Or do you feel like this was karma catching up to her? Let me know what you think in the comments. I really want to hear your side of this story. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate every single one of you for being here. Peace.